Hey everyone, Dylan here from Moesif. In this video guide we're going to show you how to set up user funnels within Moesif. A user funnel is a step-by-step breakdown of how many of your users are completing each step in a sequence. It is important when we talk about looking at how your product is performing and measuring different changes within different steps. What I'm going to show you is how to set up a couple different steps. We'll be able to see how many people are doing step 1, how many are flowing through to step 2, and how many are continuing on to step 3. It allows us to make sure that we're getting the right conversions that we anticipate. With this data, we could use it to optimize our product workflow, leading to higher conversions. Let's get into it. So the first thing we want to do is select Create New from our left-hand navigation pane, and under the Users heading, select Funnel. This is where we'll set up our stage criteria. For each event in our funnel, we're going to look to see that specific endpoints are hit in order, and how many people are actually following through that trajectory. For our first step, we'll select Request URI Route is Login. We can actually specify how many times they should be doing this in order to go to the next set or complete that part of the funnel. What we'll do right now is just keep that as 1. Next, we'll add our second step. We'll set Request URI Route is Reviews. You can now see we have a graph populating at the bottom of our screen. Next, we'll add another funnel step. Add another step where Request is a URI route that is Purchases. And now when we scroll down, we'll get a full view of our graph along with some useful data along the bottom of the screen. Here we can see that almost 30% of our users have completed all 3 of our steps, and it has taken them about 43 days to do so. We can see individual user counts for each step along the way, as well as their conversion rate. We have 100% of our users hitting the login endpoint. Then we have about 50% of our users hitting the reviews endpoint. Again, we can see that on average, it takes our users about 23 days to complete this process. Moving deeper into our user funnel, we can see that just under 1/3 of our users hit the purchases endpoint, and on average, it takes about 20 days for them to do so. Now, this is great if we want to look at overall statistics, but what if we want to figure out what companies are converting more within our funnel? We can do this by setting up filter and group by criteria on our funnel. Let's say we want our user funnel to include only users that were from the US. We can filter based on GeoIP, country code, that is the US. We can then group our results based on company and company domain. We can select how many companies we would like to show. We'll keep it at its default of 5. Now we can see our user funnel graph has updated to provide much more insightful statistics. This is all example data, but you can see detailed metrics of what companies are moving through our funnels, how long it's taking, as well as a nice visual representation of the data. This allows us to break down the data a little further so we can make better product decisions, we can make better marketing decisions, and we can also make better sales decisions based on these user funnel metrics. Tracking users throughout their journey is an important part of building a great product. The user funnel metrics functionality within Moesif is an easy and effective way to track key metrics. If you want to learn more about user funnels, you can find a link to our documentation in the description below.